Hi, everybody. Welcome, 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 and hello. Thank you for joining me today. You're watching Most Things Hypnosis, and I'm Ilah Brock, and I am your host. I just want to let you all know that I do have a private practice in clinical hypnotherapy in Visalia, California. I can also do remote sessions. I see clients daily, and you're welcome to contact me for a free phone consult. Just let's discuss your issue, and I'll let you know if hypnotherapy can help you. And if it can't, I'll refer you to somebody who can help you. I want to read a little something to kind of get this started today before I introduce my guest. As we change in life, we need to let things go, and this statement I found on the internet truly defines a person who is reinventing their lives. And it goes like this. Your new life is going to cost you the old one. It's going to cost you your comfort zone and your sense of direction. It's going to cost you relationships and friends. It's going to cost you being liked and understood. But that does not matter. Why? Because the people who are meant for you are going to meet you on the other side of that new life change. You are going to build a new comfort zone around things that actually move you forward. Otherwise, you're just a hamster on a wheel. Instead of being liked, you're going to be loved. Instead of being understood or misunderstood, you're going to be heard. All you are losing is what was built for a person you no longer are. Now it's time to let it go. That was written primarily by Brianna West. I added a couple lines to it. And I want you to hold on to some of that thought today for today's show. There is a lot of us who have leftover baggage from our past, and that it just needs to go in order to clear the way for our new forward, our new normal, our new comfort. Sometimes you cannot understand why you're not moving forward. So don't hold on to your past. Don't hold on to your yesterday. Just learn from it and let it go. It's time to come out from among you and just be you. If you want to understand more, call me. Let me help you, even if it's just a phone call. Phone calls are free. Happy to talk to you about your issue and just see where I can help you in 10 minutes. My guest this week is a very dear friend of mine. I often refer to him as my brother from another mother, if you will. We've been friends going on almost 3 years. And he's a guy who's been a comfort, a help, an honest, true friend, and he's so funny. He makes me laugh. He is he's semi-retired from a biopharmaceutical, as a biopharmaceutical engineer, career in the San Fernando Valley. And I want to introduce you to my friend, Paul Marshall. And Paul, thank you so much for being on my show today. It's such a joy to have you here, finally able to convey some heartfelt experiences you've had over the years. So Paul, today we're going to pretty much focus on online dating and dating. So let's start with some qualifications that you got where you are today. Go ahead.
Well, first off, I'd like to congratulate you. I understand your ratings continue to increase. So you're doing an awesome job, and I just got very, very happy for you. Proud that you're moving forward and seeing your life start to unfold in front of you. So
it's amazing.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Paul.
I think you're kind of crazy. Online dating, man, you're going to scare some people away, but let's have fun with it. So.
Please, let's do it. Go for it.
All right.
So where are we at with that? What kind of qualification, if you will, do you present today that can give you this that gives the audience here a view of where you're coming from?
Well, divorced for 6 years, married for 28, been online since 2014, on and off. Took a long time off, kind of dabbling back in it again.
Yeah.
It's controlled chaos at best. Been on 70 plus meet and greets, a couple dates here and there.
So what's
some short time dating here and there, but pretty much
waiting for the right. So what do you think is happening? Let's focus on online dating before we go to like an actual meet and greet. So you're on a dating app, and then what? What do you do? I mean, what's the process, and what are you looking for that will clue you into legitimacy to scam?
Well, a lot of it's just looking at the profiles and understanding the difference between men and women and how...
Wait, there's a difference between men and women?
You know what? There really is.
Whoa.
The thing about one being from Mars and the other one being from Venus. It's true stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
It's crazy.
Whew.
And you can either reject it or embrace it and understand that we're just different. We
We're
just see things differently, and it's not to try to change anybody's opinion of how your views are.
Right.
It's to understand that if somebody disagrees, it's simply this, that. Understand that's their opinion, appreciate it, thank them for it, and, move on.
Okay. So
I-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I think the biggest thing about when people are starting this, because there is no course on online dating,
Too bad.
and we're going to give the 101, and a lot of it's starting with your profile. I mean, what you got to look for in the profile, start with the pictures.
Pictures. Okay, let's talk about the pictures. I really, my first experience with online dating was several years ago, and I was 3 days into it, and I was a nervous basket case. I had no idea what I was doing, and I shut it all down. So it was crazy. It's like, and part of it, probably a big majority of it for me, was pictures. I didn't know what kind of pictures to put up. So what am I looking for if you're putting up pictures on online? What from the man's perspective, looking at the lady? Then we'll look at the men in just a minute.
Well, first off, whatever your profile picture is, that's what you should look like if you show up on a meet and greet. Because the only profiles I would look at was somebody that would be serious, looking for a relationship, looking for long term, looking, no more, not a hookup, no. So, it's when you look into it about what they're looking for.
Okay.
So on the pictures, you really want to be. The meet and greet's going to go good or bad depending on your picture. If I walk up and I've literally taken pictures that I've made copies of, when you show up going, wow, what happened? I mean,
Oh wow.
and I've had some train wrecks. I mean, one lady, she showed up and she looked like her great grandmother, and I was like, "This is your picture online?" And she goes, "Oh, that was 12 years ago with my Grammy in the kitchen. Grammy's been gone for 10 years." And I'm like, "Isn't that
Okay.
nice?"
So
Plus, in and out of 2 drug and alcohol rehabs in the
Rehabs.
middle.
Yeah.
That stuff just comes out on the meet and greet.
the more they talk, the more is revealed.
Oh boy, just give them a little time, and you'll just be amazed.
So is it so there's lying amongst the profiles?
You know what? There's maybe stretching the truth, and you just understand that, okay. So you got to be open-minded and listen and understand and try to weed yourself through what's good and bad. Profile pictures are so important, especially for women to men,
Right.
because men are visual. Men want to see. Men will
Right.
look at a lady online and say, yeah, I'd marry that one, and women are just the opposite. They're like,
Right.
no, I want to know your credentials. Let me see your FICO score,
Right.
what kind of car you're driving, let's
Yeah.
get in the meat and potatoes.
Exactly.
Guys don't care.
No.
So for ladies, like I said, the main thing is look, your profile picture, no Photoshop. Okay? Don't do something that isn't what you're going to look like showing up. I've literally been out in town twice where I've heard people arguing, going, well, you don't look like your picture. Well, damn sure you didn't have a beer belly in your picture. And I'm like, wow, isn't that neat? Guys, neither one of you were honest, were you?
Yeah. So that's a form of dishonesty right there. The
Oh, it's
picture.
huge.
Yeah, it's huge. And so I understand a statistic that 53% of online profiles are lies, male
Well-
or female, just generally.
Yeah,
across
I
the
think
board.
that's a little light, to tell you the truth, after my experiences.
Mhm.
But yeah, at least. And then
Okay.
they say statistically, even there, 40% of the men online are married still.
Oh,
So, when you start getting into this and you're looking at what's out there and how many people there are and geographically, and then how many people you'd be interested in, and are they in your age group, are they your interests, and then by the time you weed it down, you know what? It's just tough. But what do you do in a COVID environment?
it's true.
What do you do in lockdown? You just stop looking, you just, other focuses. So
Well, that's
you only
true.
have so many, avenues to do and go and see and still be
Right.
able to, expand.
So let's continue a little bit more on the picture. So you have a full front face kind of picture of what you actually look like today.
I think for ladies, to be honest with you, you need 3 photos.
Okay. let's hear
Take a profile shot, take a headshot, but take a real one. What do you really look like? And be honest, own
shoulders
it.
up kind of thing.
Well, whatever you want
Yeah.
to show, but something that's a very clear picture. Then for guys who are visual, they do a made-up picture. Whatever you would look like if you went out for a nice evening in the town, or if you went out with the girls or something, you got made up a little bit. Show a nice picture too. Show, this is what I looked like too. But then I think the other key picture is a full body picture. Guys want to see it. Sorry, they do. We do. I do. But it can be outside. It can be somewhere, but I still want to see you.
Right.
What I don't want to see is pictures of your dog and pictures of your cat. And I really don't care about the sunset. I mean, it's beautiful, but I want to see you because that's what guys want to see is the pictures of the ladies. I don't
Right.
want to see pictures of your food or flowers or anything else. It really is irrelevant, the fact of this is what we want to see is you.
Because you're on a dating app and
That's
you're there
exactly
to
it.
hopefully meet the love of your life.
Or the other one, I love this, is, and I can't tell you, and I have to bring this up because it happens so many times. They'll literally put the phone right in front of their face and take the picture.
And
So
then
you can see
see
everything
everything
around
but their face.
but their face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I've seen
oh
a
my
few of
gosh.
those, I'm sure. So then you have, then you do a picture. So you have a headshot, a full body shot. A third one would be like activity or something like that.
Yeah, do something
do-
like I said, a face shot. What do you look like? Something that is made up. You know, do a
right.
little makeup. Do whatever you want to do.
Activity.
Maybe you don't. Whatever looks good, whatever makes you feel good, that's the picture.
Right.
And then do a full body shot. But maybe do that with something, an activity that you like to do. Because there again, we're visual. We look at the picture. If you're at the beach, we assume that maybe you like the beach. If you're, in a 5-star restaurant or something, then that's what the concept we're going to go with.
Right.
We see it, we believe it, because that's what's in the photo.
Right. Because men are typically aroused by what they see. Women, we're aroused by what we feel. That's just how we're wired. So we have the pictures down. So don't lie about your pictures. That's the bottom line here.
Oh,
Don't lie about your
it's
pictures.
just-
Make them real. Be who you are, because who you are, someone who loves you or is going to love you, is going to accept you for exactly who you are. Otherwise, it starts out with a lie, and you don't.
Well, I
want that.
think even more important than that is honesty.
Honesty.
If your pictures aren't real or they're old and they don't show you honestly, well, is that somebody you're looking for? Is that how the person you want to project yourself to be?
Exactly. Well, I remember I had gone on a few dates. I would look at the profile picture for that dating app, and I would copy what I looked like in it, my hair, my makeup, so that when they saw me, that's exactly what I'd look like. Just so I wouldn't make any surprises, they would be able to recognize me right away, for sure. So let's. What are some things that you? So okay, we got the pictures thing, and women. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's talk about the lies women tell and the lies men tell.
Well, before I get the teeth and fangs come out at me, this is a disclosure that it's the ladies, and I'll refer to of my situations that I've had and things, but what I see mostly online, the first lie I believe is the photos. Because I can't tell you how many don't look anything like their photos.
Right.
None. And you ask them, well, that's me. Well, yeah, you were in high school. I mean, who cares?
Right.
That's awesome. Cheerleader. Good. Rah, rah, rah. So, the next.
three lies.
Pardon?
I'm sorry, the three lies. The photos.
No, that's what I'm going
Yeah.
to. The next one is the age
Age.
for
Oh,
ladies. Yeah.
We lie about
I
our
can't
age?
tell you how many times I've been on, when you actually start asking questions, their age is never what
What
it
it
is on
is.
there. I'm telling you, and it's so many times because I ask right off the bat, is everything in your profile, is it all accurate? Oh, yeah, well, the age is off a little bit.
I can't fix it. That's
No,
what I get.
actually, I showed up, and this lady, her profile said she was 51. We went out a couple times. I called her a few weeks, so I knew her birthday was coming up, and I said, hey, you're getting ready for the big 5-2, right? And then I hear the science on the phone. I'm like, here we go. 5-3, 5-4, 5-5, 6, 7, stop me anytime, 8, 9, 60, 61,
No.
62. Oh, you're going to be 62, but your profile says 51. And she looks at me, she says, well, my friend says I look 51. I said, what's your birth certificate say? What's your driver's license say?
Right.
You know, what you look like is one thing. Be honest in that. If you want a relationship, and I'm telling you, with all the girls' profiles I read, all the girls want a Boy Scout, thrifty, brave, clean, and all that good, is honesty. And then the first thing they do is when you show up, it's like, well, you
They're
weren't
not
honest.
Exactly. Ugh. Okay, so now, from a guy's perspective, knowing what you know and all the research that you've done, and I know you've done a lot of research on women, what they don't like to see in men's profiles. So give us an example of that.
Well, here's the thing you got to realize too, and the difference between men and women, because when I first started out, I was showing it. I took a picture of me New Year's Day. I had my shirt off and I'm on the yacht, and I thought I was looking pretty good, and I posted that online. Hey, look, here's me. You ought to see that hate mail I got.
This is the picture right
Yeah,
there.
that was me.
Yeah,
That
that
is
was
me.
a
Want to see
long
my
time
80?
ago. No.
But I'm telling you, now, on the other hand, if you're a female, it's completely acceptable. I mean, I've literally had pictures where it's like 6 shots of the cleavage from every direction. I'm like, well, that's
And
all right.
okay. But this is hate mail.
It's hate mail for guys, and here again, I've talked to a lot of ladies and stuff because I want to know. I'm interested. I'm curious. So many guys take that picture in the bathroom, and guys are like, "Hey, baby," and girls are like, "Satan,"
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but it's the same kind of theory here. You know what? We're just different in different reasons and why. It's like here, if a guy walked into a bar and he's got 4 women with him, he's a stud, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. High
Hail,
fives, right?
Hail, yeah.
Lady walks into the bar, she's got 4 guys.
She's
Slut.
She's a slut.
Right?
Right.
So, but am I condemning either one? No, not at all. It's understanding the differences that we work with. It's understanding what can be conceived as good or bad in your pictures,
Right.
what ladies may or may not want to see. And then the same thing, what are guys looking for?
Classy.
So,
I think it just boils down to just being classy. Be a little bit classy, and it's okay.
it's all
Sexy
just who
sexy
are
doesn't
you?
have to be.
This is what you want to show. You got 3 shots.
Okay, so we have the men without the shirts, age. They lie about age, and what else do women lie about? Their
Their weight.
weight.
And
Come
I'm sorry,
on.
but you know
It's
what?
true.
And I understand too, because from just talking about to women and stuff, if guys are visual, they want to present themselves in that fashion. But if you're really not, and if you're only 5'2" and your average weight on your profile, and I show up and you're 208 pounds, I'm going to question it.
Yeah,
I'm
because it's a
going to
lie.
think, the teeter is tottering here a little bit.
Right.
So,
I gotcha.
that part it's part of the honesty too. If, Michael Jackson had a song, The Man in the Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
It's good for all of us.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror. If you don't like who you see, change it to be somebody that you do like. And if
Exactly.
you're happy with who you are, love who you are.
Exactly. Or come and
And-
see me, and I'll help you. No.
And that's part of the, back to the pictures again for a minute. You wouldn't believe how many times people are hiding, or ladies around bushes and trees and hats and sunglasses. Take off the sunglasses
No
and the
sunglasses.
hats.
No sunglasses.
Ugh.
If you do a sunglass picture, just do one. If you do a hat picture, just do one. Not like a whole series of them, because they want to see your eyes. Okay, so let's talk about the lies men tell.
Well, I think it's the same thing from ladies. It's the profile pictures, old pictures.
Old pictures.
That really aren't protecting who they are. Same thing. They're setting themselves up for failure, because
Right.
if the goal is truly to meet them, there's nothing better than looking better at showing up than
Right.
your pictures.
Oh,
But
yeah.
unfortunately, from ladies, they say the same thing. It's like the one in the bar that I was listening to. You didn't have a beer belly in your freaking pictures,
Right.
So it's important. But you know what? I found out, and I think the biggest one on men too, on the profile, is their height.
Height. Oh, let me bring that up. So you have a man. Men like to be tall. There's just something about that stigma of being tall, taller and taller. But if you're 5'7" and you're a man, you think you're short. Let me tell you, I have a daughter who's 4'9", and she would love to meet a man who's 5'7". So don't be. I think it's they seem to become ashamed of their height. Height is not at all, shouldn't even be an issue, because there are women out there, men, who are going to love you as you are, right?
Again, but I think from a woman's standpoint and perspective, from what I understand, and I've been told a lot, women want to date a
Like tall.
bigger, taller man. They don't want to look down.
Right.
Not always.
Not
And
always.
This isn't conclusive.
Right.
There's variables to everything here.
Right.
But for the most part, so that's why men they recognize that. Same thing. With the women, play to men's weaknesses. We're visual. Hit it. It's easy. Guys are trying to do the same thing because women are looking at them. And I literally had a lady that told me one time, oh, yes, guy showed up and he had like 3.5-inch high boots on.
Oh,
His
wow.
heels were like this big. He was all extended up.
Oops, like
I'm
those
like, well,
stunts. Oops.
Said he was 5'11", and he showed up, and she goes, well, I'm 5'10", and I was looking down at him with 3-inch boots on. So
Oops. Yeah.
be
too.
honest.
Yes.
Just own who you are.
Okay, and then people who are on dating apps, why are they on a dating app? I mean, the purpose, there's lots of purposes to be on one. You're looking for a long-term relationship, perhaps. It's an adjunct to actually getting out there in the world. It's not should be exclusive. but you're also looking at a dating app because, long term, what are some other reasons? Casual dating or
Oh, it can be everything,
anything?
from just hookup sites to long-term relationships, marriage,
So what about
dating.
women, because you're a man, they'd
Oh,
say,
thank you.
well, I'm not searching. No, I'm not searching, but why are they on a dating app? Women who say that, or what are other things that women will say to you or have said to you that kind of lets you scratch your head? Why are you even on a dating app?
Well, I think it's pretty open-ended on that. What I would think, my comment would be more as a suggestion that before you get on a dating app, make sure you're good.
Yeah,
Make sure you're good in here.
yeah,
Because if you're not here and you're trying to present yourself to somebody and you're trying to start a relationship, don't do it. It's
right.
going to be a train wreck. Because if we get to the meet and greet part, that's where it's all going to come out.
All right, let's talk
So,
about that meet and greet part.
oh
You're doing,
boy.
yeah. So you look like your profile app. I've seen his profile. He looks like his profile. So you go to a meet and greet, and you're gonna go meet somebody. And give me two ends of the spectrum. Some experiences that you've had where you've actually met. They looked like it, and how did that turn out? To ones that didn't look like it, how did that turn out?
Well, the things you'll get asked on meet and greets, well, actually, probably can't even say them on the TV here. So it's just, it's amazing. And the one thing is that whenever you say you think you've heard it all, you really haven't. Just go on another meet and greet and you'll just find out.
More
But you know what?
the
Try to stay
dudes.
away from, I call it the PMS, the post-marital status.
Postmarital son. This
You
is
know,
yeah.
I don't want to hear about your husband, and pros and cons. And that seems to be a really big topic because they're not over their ex.
Yeah.
And it could be one of two ways. They'll either say, oh, yeah, me and my ex went there. Me and my ex used to do this. And oh, okay, thanks. Got it. Or, I hate that bastard. Me and my ex, this son of a
Right.
bitch. And you're like, okay, got it. Don't want to hear that either. So,
Right. Exactly.
but,
Exactly.
I think it's pretty easy to do because I understand it's hard because you haven't met the person. And especially it will cause frictions right off the bat if you don't look like your profiles. And if you can't find out something to say or ask, you always know what you want in life.
That's a
You
good
know
one.
what you want to do, see, go. So all you have to do is ask the other person, say, well, I like to go to the beach.
Do you like to go to the beach?
I like pizza.
Oh, I love pizza.
I love sushi. What do you like?
Sushi's great.
And they try to give them an idea. I just asked this the other night. If we had a weekend together, where would you go? It kind of gives you an idea of what their mindset is. Would they plan a weekend that I would plan?
Oh, yeah.
Would they say, well, I'd like to go to a 5-star, lock the door for the weekend, and
Whatever.
and the other one might say, hey, I'd just like to stay on the beach and run my toes in the sand, and you'll get an idea of who they are. And then the next part of that is for us guys, just listen. All you have to do is pick up what they're actually saying. So you listen to them versus just hearing them, and then ask them, what do they think about that? Or
It's
how do you feel about that? Because here's the thing, and I'm terrible at this ratio because I suck because I don't shut up enough. I know it. The ratio is typically women talk 80% of the time, guys should talk 20%. I screw that up all the time. So, but here's the thing. I've actually proven the fact that it really does work because I listened to a lady one time that I was just like, because it was like white noise, blah, 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 blah. And I did that. I said, well, how does that make you feel? Oh, Paul, hey, she went on and on and on. I probably didn't say like 20 words in a half hour, 45 minutes, except, oh, that's awesome. And all that. And you know what? She's like, this has been great conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you. And I'm like, it's been
good
fun.
listener.
Oh, holy crap, really?
What do I do now?
But she was happy just that I was listening and responding. That's it.
It's all. That's
So
really what women want. There's a
they
little.
do. They just want to be heard.
There's a little YouTube video out there. It's called "It's Not About the Nail." It's like a minute and a half or so long. I encourage everybody to watch it because it definitely goes into that. It's like a metaphor, but goes into that idea of it's you could have a nail stapled to your head. Don't focus on that. Men want to fix things. Women just want you to
Amen.
listen. To just, man, listen to learn. I know it's hard. Instead of listening to respond. That's like my
That's
job.
true.
It's so hard, and I get it. And about the lion's share of talking, unless you're really good at eliciting conversation with somebody, use open-ended questions. Questions that start with what or how. Instead of questions that start with do. You don't want questions that are yes or no, because then the conversation's done, right? Open-ended questions are really good.
We skipped a place, though. Let's go
go
back
back.
for a moment.
Okay,
We
please.
missed a couple things in my favorite topic,
Let's hear it.
texting.
Text. Oh no, let's do lots of texting. No.
Oh yeah, let's
let's
just
do lots.
text
We're
and
being
text
sarcastic.
and oh my gosh, what kind of dogs do you like?
Oh.
Big ones.
It's like
I can tell you, boys and girls, here's the thing with texting, and oh my gosh, the array of what you will experience from texting. Some ladies have hit me up online and said, look, straight out, I want to take and buy you lunch. And some ladies want to text to the next year and it's never going to go anywhere. I never know what that is.
right.
I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what your criteria is. I literally, and I mentioned this to you a few weeks ago, 2 weeks of texting.
Oh my gosh.
Going nowhere. I said, hey, you want to chat on the phone? Oh my gosh. Wow. Thank you. No. How rude. We've only been chatting for 2 weeks. I'm like, so the thing is, too,
And that's
ladies
a clue
with guys.
too. That's a clue.
Oh, that's
a huge
one of
red
those.
flag.
Hello, look at the red flag.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it is. We don't. What is the right time frame? How much is too fast? How much is too slow? How much is boring? Because you know what? If you just text and text and text, it's literally going to go nowhere. Because you don't even understand if the person's real until you get them on the phone. So the faster you can get to the point where you can actually talk to somebody, and especially if you're honest and you're being sincere that you are looking for somebody,
Yeah.
you do want to. But I'll tell you what, here's the thing too, is in all these situations, I look for it now. In the lady's profile, communication, wants a man that can communicate, and she loves to text. The absolute worst form of communication.
Right.
That leads to so many issues and problems versus just picking up the phone, like,
hear their
hey, what's up?
reflections. Yeah.
But it's okay to talk.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
okay to,
Yeah.
you know,
Back in the old
converse.
days, that's how we used to do. We used to talk to
Yeah,
people.
way back in the old days before,
Yeah.
the
whole
polished
thumb-
up thumbs.
carpal tunnel in our thumb moments. So no talking about our exes. And like you said, talk about things that you like.
It's easy. Just think
Yeah.
about what you like and just ask them if it likes the same thing.
Yeah, this is what I like. And even if you just say that, I like to go fishing. Leave
Or,
it.
or
Just-
say what you don't like.
and, yeah,
That's cool too,
that's
because then you
too,
can see if he
know,
agrees or
yeah,
disagrees.
exactly. And when you're taking pictures, we hit on a little bit, the background behind you. Of course, the bathroom pictures are out.
Oh.
And guys, no personal,
No, women. No
well,
personal,
no personal,
no toys in the background,
yeah,
basically.
No toy, yeah,
So
no personal adult toys or
I think how to answer that
no
is two
naked
things.
pictures.
Yeah, don't do that. Here's the thing with the picture. When you look at the picture, there's two things wrong. If it's in a house or something, you can really learn a lot from the person. Look in the background. Look
Messy
what's on the
bedroom.
cabinet. Look at what's on the floor. If they're in the bathroom, if they're in the closet, just look around the background.
Yeah.
You'll really be surprised. I know for me, I'm like, wow, what is that? But on the other hand, too, background. Like I mentioned about the poppy fields, beautiful orange poppies, and this lady was sitting in the middle of it, like, nice flowers. You're in Niagara Falls, and there's a little bit picture of you, and you're like the quarter size of my thumb. Great, nice waterfall.
Can't-
So
don't hide.
use it, but the emphasis is on you in the picture, not the picture with you in it.
It's a really
We
big
want
part
to
of
see
it.
you.
Yeah, a really big part of it. Some of the worst sentences to ever include in your profile. I have some. I want to know if you have any.
Some of the worst
Worst
sentences that I
sentence-
would write.
No, that you've read in other people's profiles. It's like they need to ban these. This sentence should never be in any profile ever. Like, for example, I love to laugh. Oh my gosh. How many profiles have you read that actually say that? I love to laugh. Who doesn't?
Yeah, but I will tell you on that too. You know what? And I was going to mention this on the ladies' profiles. That's the number one thing.
Make me laugh.
What do they want from a guy? Everything is secondary except for I want him to make me laugh. It's
Okay.
typically right across the board.
Adventure and laughter. Adventure and what? You don't say.
No, but
Make me laugh.
and security.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, they
can you
gotta
make me
have
feel secure? Do I because so much cheating, lying.
Right, exactly. All
So
of
those two things are huge. They're key.
that. The other questions that should be banned. What are you looking for?
Well, there again, I think it kind of goes back to that. When you're asking a question, I know it's kind of hard. So what I would recommend, because I wasn't good at it. I
No.
mean, I don't know who's on the other end. You don't even know if they're real. You don't even know if that's their picture or not. So take a moment, write some stuff down.
Look on the internet. I just did Google. I Googled first questions to ask on a date or whatever, and there's usually 100 or so. And you just be on the phone with them, get a notebook, and just write down answers to all the questions that you want to ask.
But
They're
try
right
to
there.
s-
It can help you steer it in a direction, and it creates conversation.
Well, and exactly, but try to steer the conversation where it's not the same old stuff. It's like when you see people at parties, walk up, hey, Bob and Steve, hey, how's your wife? Oh, she's okay. How's yours? Okay. How's the kids? Okay.
Engage.
That's why I say the first thing, just say something that you like, gauge his response. Base it off the response and go back to what you like or dislike. And if you keep that mindset without trying to think of so many other different things that could come into your mind,
Right, likes
Um,
and dislikes.
yeah, so you can go straight with that. Here's what I like and don't like. You'll find out more about the person sooner and quicker. And don't go down the rabbit hole about different things. You don't want to hear about the ex. You don't want to hear about the past. What do you want in the future? Where are you going?
Right.
What do you see yourself? What kind of activities? So think about what makes you happy and find out if this other person is going to match that and make you happy.
Yeah. Is there a chance that from the phone call to the meet and greet, what's the worst meet and greet you've ever been on?
Oh the worst?
Yeah. Can you think of one? I mean, or one of the worsts?
Well, I've been on a meet and greet where the CIA was there.
Oh my gosh.
That's a true story.
What happened?
Well, the lady's husband was a CIA agent. He went rogue, and she came there, and I was actually found out I was investigated.
Oh wow.
Being in the military, when I met her, I was looking over there because we were on my yacht down in Long Beach, and I was looking around like, why is she staring at me? Why are you staring at me? Out of all these people, how they're,
Right.
so obvious that they're not trying to look obvious, that they look really obvious.
Right? Not conspicuous at all.
The one lady that I was telling you about a little while ago that says doesn't smoke. I was talking to her on the phone. She's pulling in her Volkswagen, and she is just hotboxing the cigarette. And then she
Hear
gets
it.
out, she's spraying herself, and I'm like, okay, you're still gonna smell like it. She walks right up to me, walks right by me, and I think her name was Cindy or whatever. I said, hi, Cindy. She goes, oh, hello, kept walking.
I'm just like, what?
Hello. That was one that I had, and I showed the picture, and I was sitting, because I had to do it so many times, I would just take the profile picture. I was like, oh my gosh. And that was, when she showed up, I was like, oh my gosh, what happened to you? I mean, seriously. And she told me, well, I've been in and out of 2 different drug and alcohol. After my breakup, I went to depression, then I ate, and then I had anxiety, and then I got into drugs, and then I did a lot of meth, and then I started drinking, and then I went through therapy, and then I got back into drugs, and then I went to therapy, and I'm like,
Oh, hold on. So those are things you probably shouldn't be talking about on a first meet and greet. You think?
oh no, bring it all out.
Yeah.
Throw it at me, I want to hear it.
I have all these medical issues and all these. No, don't.
Oh
talk
no,
about
you'll
those.
find all that
Oh,
stuff out. Just
people
sit
just-
there and go,
Uh-huh.
and just let them talk because they'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, there's not going to be a second meet and greet.
How many,
Oh.
what kind of medicine they're on, what
How
kind of
many?
financial issues they have, what kind of medical issues. Oh, by the
Exactly.
way, they're still living with their ex, but it's just because they're, splitting the rent.
Okay, 2 things. Another couple things. So, what's your opinion about ghosting? First, what is ghosting? Because some people really don't know what ghosting is. And then, what's your opinion about it? And what's your opinion about it? We'll just, yeah, that's your opinion about it. Ghosting's not good.
You know what?
What is it first?
Okay, well, let me tell you this. I can tell you this has happened 99% of the time where 1% will actually say goodbye. You'll be online and you'll be going, hey, how's it going? And go through the thing and you're going back and forth and you go, hey, so da-da-da-da-da, and you're waiting. And you wait. And you keep waiting. And you're like, hello, well, the light's still green, and you're still waiting. All of a sudden, you click back on it, you go back out, you come back in. Oh, she hasn't been online in 20 minutes.
Just
It happens. You're in the middle of a conversation, a sentence, you're talking. It'd be like me on the phone going, oh, yeah.
click and then just stopping it.
And they're just gone. And then, they'll come back 2 or 3 days later, or maybe a couple hours later. Oh, how you doing? Well, where'd you go? But I think that's a golden opportunity to that point too, to do one or two things. At least have the common courtesy that you're really talking to a real human that has feelings and emotions and is just talking to you back and forth, and you just boop. So how do you think that the person feels like? You're like, well, gee. But I think the perfect opportunity is that if you do have to go, be polite.
Be polite.
Just have a little manners, just a little bit, and say, hey,
I gotta go.
I gotta go. Nice chatting with you. Now, here's your opportunity for one or two things. Do you want to talk to this person again?
Then you can.
If you do, you say, hey, this has been fun. Let's meet up. Let's catch up. Let's da-da-da.
Talk, whatever.
Hey, you know what? This has been fun. I wish you well in your search. It's been fun. Enjoy. You know what? Set the tone for whatever, but at least have some common courtesy to say, hey,
We're done.
we're done. It happens.
So many times. Oh my gosh.
Unreal.
Having the courtesy to just say goodbye, and endless texting we went over. And we went over the actual profile itself, the words in the profile. Should it be really long? Should it tell your whole life story, or short? How much negativity should be in it? How much positivity should be in it? What's your opinion on this?
You know what? Here's the thing too. Guys are visual. If I've read profiles, yeah, I'm a rare one. I even say that. Yeah, I read it. They're like, no, you didn't. No, really, you did. But because they're just going to go over that. So here's the thing. If you know guys, you're going to want to capture their attention. So stay more with bullet points and make your point versus, I really love to go to the beach and walk on it at moonlight and sunset when I walk with my fingers and toes in the sand and da-da-da-da. We don't care.
No,
what is it you like to do? Where do you want to go?
Start with a joke. Make it something funny at the beginning of it. I think male or female, men or women, put something funny out there.
You know what? I'm telling you.
That's
What
right
did I
top.
say about the ladies?
Yeah.
The number one thing they want you to do
And
is
if a
laugh.
man reads something cute, oh, that's fine. I used to put a joke on mine, and just can you answer this joke? It was always at the bottom of my profile. It was a kind of a silly joke, but many would play on that, so we'd have fun, or just you're just trying to make it fun, but
Well, be a
should
little
it be
more exact.
should it be all positive stuff? Though I think we were
Oh,
talking
never put
once,
anything negative. You'll get crucified. No.
especially from a guy.
Oh, you know what?
I do not like,
Oh, no,
I don't,
no.
no tattooed women, no, no, don't lie about your age.
You know
Don't
what?
telling the women what not to do, or telling the
No.
men what not to do.
No, I would veer far from that at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keep it short and simple and to the point.
Well, tell men what you like. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you're having that conversation. Put it in there what you really like. Don't put in what they think men like, or change it to what you think somebody. Who are you? What are your likes and talents? If you're a TV person and you like to sit home, I've been on that. I've talked about it on the phone. Well, what do you like to do? Hey, Monday nights, Seinfeld. Tuesday nights, Big Bang Theory. Wednesday nights, Friends. And I'm like,
Wow.
I don't watch TV. So I'd go, whoa, well, you got a good movie popcorn and a bag of, or a bag of popcorn. I'm in, but
A good
I don't
movie.
want to watch all that. Yeah.
No.
So,
Sitcoms.
but you know what? It's the same thing when you're doing your profile. You know what? Just be honest about the things you like. Get to the point. Don't drag it on and on, because sometimes you're like, men are never going to read that. They're not going to go through all that. Very few.
Yeah.
So do what intrigues them. And be honest with who you are and what you like. And,
Kinda like-
stay with the positives.
Think like a man would think when you're writing it down.
Oh, boy.
There's
And
that
men
one.
need to do the same thing. They
Yeah.
really need to think like women at the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
do
same
the
thing with their
research.
profile pictures and stuff.
Right.
What is going to appeal to the opposite sex?
Okay, so what else can you convey? The no naked pictures. I got to address this. I'm sorry. Men like to put up naked or send naked pictures to women.
Some men.
Some men,
Yeah,
not all men.
some.
men.
Pigs.
Yeah, don't do it. Just hands down, don't do it. And then men want you to send. Some men, not you. You're a good boy. Send me pictures of, and they'll list the body part or whatever.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Just don't go there. Don't do it.
Don't.
Be classy. Don't lie. Talk about what you like. Make sure your photos are recent. Make sure the ratio of talking is a little bit top heavy on their side. What else can we address
Well,
here?
but there's the other caveat to that too. And just like the other night, I did a while back, I talked to a lady. She wouldn't say anything, but yeah,
Oh,
or
yeah.
this was it. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, it's your turn. Mm. And or here, well, what do you want to know? Oh God, just tell me anything about yourself. What are your pros? What are your likes? What do you know? It's pretty open ended. So this is your time, and let me comment on that. Let me think. Well, what is? Just ask me a question. Okay.
yeah.
But then you know what that does? It
That's
turns
it.
right around, and I'm talking again.
Yeah.
And I
of
can
the-
do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty good at
come
this stuff.
on.
I know.
Get out
Come
of there.
on, you know.
You talk. Get out
No,
of here.
well, you know, I got something to say. I got a life.
Okay.
I've got motivation. I've got a lot of plans. I got goals. I got my company right now is getting ready to go viral.
Oh, that's right.
So
Let's
I'm
talk about
excited.
that real quick. I wanted to.
You know,
I
come
do.
on, we're having too much fun
No,
on
I
this.
know we're having lots of fun, but Paul is starting a sporting equipment company. He has a patent pending on a pickleball paddle. And I want you to share just real quick, what is so special about this pickleball paddle?
Basically, you know what? I put in my profile too that half MacGyver, half Tim the Toolman Taylor, because
There
I
you
want to
go.
have fun, but I don't watch TV. I have 14 toolboxes and machines, and I love to experiment and build.
You're
So
an engineer.
literally, I started playing this sport, pickleball. It is the fastest growing sport in the world currently. It's absolutely fun. I played, I got good, I prayed to God, God gave me a gift. Believe it or not, I'm not religious, very spiritual though. There is something out there, gave me a gift. Gave me the gift of a paddle that there's 5,000 paddles on the market. I have produced one paddle and patented it for everybody. Man, woman, big, small, beginner, expert, different playing styles, finesse, bangers. I've got one paddle. So,
One paddle.
but it's not so much that. I've got that. I'm patenting it. I'm working on it. I'm excited because pickleball's huge. It's a huge industry.
Exactly.
I know what I've got is going to change the whole industry here real quick.
I'm so,
I-
so excited about that.
I am too. It's nice,
What's the
and
name of your
it's
company?
exciting.
What's the name of-
Pickleball 5150.
Pickleball 5150. For you that don't understand 5150, it's about the crazy. Some
It's a
people
police
relate
code
it.
for insanity. So
For
if you get a
insanity.
5150 call,
Yeah,
well,
okay. It's good. We play pickleball. So, yeah, Paul and I have teased each other over the years. So, if you don't know the answer is
pickleball.
no matter what. And if you're having a really hard time in life and you don't want to come see me, that's fine. I suggest you
Play pickleball.
play pickleball.
Yeah, but you know
Absolutely.
what? In all seriousness right now too about that, because we got to look for things to get out and do. We're not indoor creatures. I hate being indoors. You
I
know
know.
how I am. I'm working on the computer for a certain amount of time. I want to jump out the window. So
Roll it
if
out
you
the window.
haven't played, just look at getting outdoors. And what can you do? You're outside. You're spread apart. It's a really easy game.
Yeah.
Kids, youth, adults, seniors, everybody
yeah.
can play because it's really, really simple to learn.
Yeah.
But it's also covert because you're outside. You're social distancing.
COVID, yeah.
The paddle that I produce actually is the only one on the market that's actually, you can sanitize it every time. It's a brand new paddle. But what you'll see is people that get out because we're creatures of, we need to mingle. You know, people get locked up and they get, you know, a lot of different things going on from not just getting out. And you know what? Exercise, air, oxygen, getting your blood flowing. We'll go to the pickleball court and watch the people walk off the court. They are smiling. Every one of them are.
Even the losers.
Well, it's no loser
No,
really, because
no,
you know
just-
what? Unless you're in a tournament, you know what? I
Even
think
just
that's really
smiling.
good about the mentality. You know, when I went and took a tennis lesson, and it was me and the tennis pro, and out back was the pickleball court. The professional $1 million tennis courts, empty. Out back, 2 pickleball courts, packed, people waiting.
Wow.
And I'm going, I asked him, I said, so what are those people out there doing? They're high-fiving each other. They're like, ah. And he goes, oh, they're playing pickleball. Goddamn so loud we can't even hear ourselves think up here. And I'm like, that's my kind of people. Well, I did. I got done with the lesson, walked around, walk up, right? You know, I'm shy, so
right.
I introduced myself to everybody. And I said, can I see that paddle? And what the hell is this? Went right down, bought a paddle, came back. That day, got on the court, practiced my serves, went to the wall, practiced the wall. I was in. I was hooked.
You were, it's been, yeah, and he taught me how to play too.
So
It's a
I
fun
love
game.
it. It's fun, and that's what I'm excited about. I have something that's huge. I've worked on it so hard.
Yeah.
I haven't done much dating, And I took off for a long time. I've been focused on my company, my career, moving my life forward. So if you talk to me on the phone, yeah.
And you got more
Did you just get a Red Bull?
opportunity.
It's like, no, I'm just happy.
Well, that's like if you talk to him on the phone, you're going to get more opportunity to learn who he is, or or anybody, as opposed to texting. Because texting means you have to stop what
is.
you're doing, reply, and then he can go back. No, if you're on the phone, you can multitask. I don't know. I'm a woman. I multitask. I'm a girl. I do that.
All right.
We tease each other that kind of way. Is there anything else? Oh, we didn't talk much about scammers. Have you ever been or attempted? I don't know if you've ever bought into scamming, but have you been knowingly this is a scam? Like, what was your tall tale?
Well, and this is, what I want to mention to everybody is be safe, because you truly do not know who's on the other end. You don't know if that picture's real. And a lot of times it's really easy to pick up on, if the lady looks in her 20s or 30s, obviously, and she says she's 57, contact them. Say, hey, what's up? Man, you look amazing for 15. Oh, it was a typo. Well, there's a lot of those. And then age is no issue. How many other guys are you texting? And 50.
Uh-huh.
But then there's the other ones that you got to watch out for that really you would have no idea. They look like normal pictures. They look like somebody, because everybody wants your equal, whatever that is. If you're down here and this is where you're at and this is what your expectations are, or maybe you're up here and you want the Bentley and the $1 million mansion, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, try to find your equal.
You had, there was a friend or somewhere I'd heard, I don't know if it was an article, about men. I don't know if women do this, and I'm sure women do. They have a lot of monitors up, and they're on every single dating app, and they'll match their profile to yours just so they'll spend $200 a month on dating apps, and they'll be on a date every single night because, I know this one, I'll just match my profile to her, and they create a profile, and it's like that's a scam. It's a way to scam. It's a way. Okay, I'm gonna just be blunt here. A way for a man to get laid a lot.
But there's sites that are for that. You know what? I look at the fact of what happened to you. Who damaged you so much
do that
you want me to get interested in you as a partner, somebody that I'm interested in, only to steal my money on top of it.
Exactly.
So, it's very disheartening, but
It is.
it's an epidemic online. It's
get it.
everywhere, and even if you don't think so, boys and girls, you got to be extremely careful. There again, stop the texting. Because you know what? Most of the scammers, by the time you try to get them on the phone, I can't talk right now, or, I'm not in this situation, or, my phone doesn't work, or they won't talk to you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they're not scammers either, because I've actually Skyped back and forth with a lady for 3 weeks before she says, God, I got this huge promotion at work. I need this really specialized tool, and it's like $500. Can you help? And I'm like,
No.
I'm an engineer. What kind of tool you got?
Y'all make it.
I mean, I've got friends, let me see it. Well, it's a really, really specialized tool. Well, again,
What is it?
They
won't tell you.
or let me just throw a couple of them out, because here's what happens. And I've been involved in some, especially in my younger days when I didn't get through the 101 course. Back and forth, everything's good. We're moving forward, we're texting, we actually talk, everything sounds good. And all of a sudden, she was on her way. She's on her way right now, and the transmission went out in her car.
Oh.
Can I help? I'm like, AMCO, double A, beep, beep. No, I'm not giving you any money. Another lady, back and forth, and things were good. And I mean, same thing, no indication of, and all of a sudden, her dog got hit. $4,000 in vet bill. Can I help? And I'm like, I got a bullet. Come on,
like it.
You know what?
I like it.
If
Come
I
on,
really
girls.
thought it was a real dog, then I would have a little more, but it wasn't. Because you know why? I looked at her profile and it said no pets.
See, she already.
Like, hello, McFly,
Yeah.
catch on here.
Exactly.
Another one that had Grammy. Grammy just got out of the hospital, and Grammy's sick, and she needs her prescription, $900. Can you help? No,
Doesn't she have
sorry, because you know
insurance?
what? That's what I said. How about Medicare insurance? Why? Well, could you help? No. So they try to be so sincere, and they'll hit you with this sympathy. I literally, and this is true, I met a lady online who wrote $100,000 check. That's no bull. I worked with the guy. It was his aunt. I met her.
Oh
So she
my.
was so scammed by this guy, and he was going to pay off his house, and then it'd be worth $2.3 million, and then he was just going to move in with her, and then they would just stay there, but they'd be millionaires together. I'm like, oh
Oh.
my gosh.
Wow.
But it's huge for a reason, because the scam works,
It
you
told.
know?
Oh, and
So
it's weird because they just keep doing it. It's just like those phone calls we get about our car warranty being out of service.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
So careful, be careful.
definitely be safe. Especially, ladies, be safe. I don't even think we can. Safe is SAFE, safe and friendly environment. Just remember that. Always be in a safe and friendly environment. And that is Paul Marshall. Paul, can people contact you through me if they want to ask you more questions?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. And you're available for consultations, etc.? Sure.
Hey, I'm the same as you. I wish somebody was out there when I was learning this and going through it, and the heartaches. And there's a couple things. We're closing. All right, boys and girls, be good to each other. Okay, and that's in your profiles. Be honest with who you are and what you're looking for, because you know what, the other people on the other side, they're real. And if you're really out there sincere about what you're doing and what you're looking for, you're putting your heart into it. You put your pictures into it. You take the time to do it. That's why scammers are so bad, because you don't know what the good and the bad is. So you're fighting good and evil, so you don't even know what the positives are.
Exactly.
So a lot of it, and ladies, understand, we're men. We don't understand. We're single cell creatures, okay? So I don't know if you want to go meet for lunch right now. I don't know if you want to text for a week. I don't know what too much or too little, too soon is until you tell me. That's part of the conversation, and that's part of what you don't want on a text. But
Communication.
exactly, and communication is not texting.
Right.
Texting is evil.
Texting is like the
I'm
first 10
telling
minutes.
you, I've had so many really. Oh, and then they get, well, I guess you just thought, or you're just accusing me. I'm like, no. Didn't you see the happy face? No, happy face. LOL. Come on, stop. And they're running down the rabbit hole. Well, screw you. And I'm like, no, I didn't say it. Look at the happy face.
Misunderstandings.
Yeah.
More misunderstandings. There's an actual app called Marco Polo, and you can get the best of both worlds, texting and video, audio visual. So you can talk into it. It's like audiovisual texting. You send it through an audio, you say it, and it just goes right to their phone, and whenever they get around to it, they can reply back in kind. And there's none of that awkwardness that you have. So I think it should be required. And do you have anything else to add?
You know what? But the part of this is with the hypnosis, and how does this tie into the people at home? Stress.
Oh, and confidence.
Anxiety.
Oh.
Because you know what you're dealing with, and this is the thing, and I'll close. This is where Ilah's expertise can come in and help, because of a lot of those things. It is stressful. And one of the things that I've seen for men and women is when you get ghosted, back and forth,
Rejection.
weeks, and you get ghosted, they always want to know why. Well, why do you think, Paul? And you know what? The answer is, I don't know, and don't spend any more energy on it, because you will never know.
You'll never, and it doesn't matter.
The possibilities could be endless.
Oh,
so
and then if you
why
get
focus
ghosted,
on it?
you've dodged a bullet. That's
That
how
could be
that's
too.
exactly
You never
how I
know.
look at it. Absolutely. And so that is our show for today. But I got a couple things real quick. I want to thank you so much for being here with me, Paul. It's been fun. I love this. This has been great. And I also want to just a real quick commercial, if you'll bear with me. I do offer advertising on my show. A 15-second advertising spot is $22.50. So call me and let's do that. So 559-749-4803. And if you do want to get a hold of Paul, you can call him through me. I'm happy to filter those and then put you in touch with Paul. I also want to convey that if you're lacking in confidence and motivation, any kind of rejection, relationship. I am a relationship strategist. I have the best relationship strategy out there. It absolutely works, and I can help you. Just let me know. Give me a call, and maybe I can assist you in developing your weaknesses into strengths, etc. Being where you are, changing the behavior to where you would like to be. If you're stuck, let me know, and I'm there to help you. I just want you to just be good to yourselves, like Paul said. And now, I just want you to know, keep doing good work. Now go help someone and have an amazing weekend coming up. No, I'm ending early, but we'll just go with that. Take care, everybody. This is Ilah Brock.